reason. I love him very much. And I love all of you guys. I see a lot of familiar faces. I'm feeling like it's my birthday. So I'm so thankful that y'all came to hear what I had to say. It's very nice to hear her talk about all of the things that I've done, but what's most important for me to share with you is pretty much where all of that comes from. And to give you a little bit about my background, I am from Newark, New Jersey. From Jersey, they call it Brick City. Yes, and the teaspoon you know today is very different from the Tyshawna from Newark. I grew up in Newark in a neighborhood where each day when I'm going outside, I'm thinking about the best way to defend myself. So each day, I'm not thinking about what I learned in school, what my dreams are, but I'm practicing how to fight. I'm practicing how to fight because I don't know what I'm going to get into when I go outside on the block. Each day, I'm growing up thinking about what can I get into because of what I see around me. I would have bad dreams at night because I would hear the gunshots outside. I didn't know the day I was 5 years old when my dad picked me up from school that he was just coming out of jail. There was a lot going on that I didn't understand, and I didn't even know that there were things that shouldn't have been what my environment was, but it was. I'm just going day to day as a kid. I'm just growing up, being creative, always like to draw, always like to dance, y'all know that. And with that being the case, it didn't take until I was pulled out of that environment that I found out about other things in my life and things that I could produce in different parts of me. So there was a lot of cleaning up that needed to be done. I want to give you an idea of where I started because that point in depression came from that moment in time of transition, right? A lot of times we think, why do I feel like this? Why am I going through this? Usually you're in that point of transition or where God's trying to take you. You're coming into a situation where things are different. How did I get to Virginia from Newark, New Jersey? I grew up in Newark, did what I had to do, got in a couple of fights, moved to another city. Things were different. They like to throw batteries and eggs and rocks outside the school. That was my middle school life. You know, students would smoke in class. I was in that environment every day. How was I protected? I was in activities all the time, just like I'm in activities all the time now, right? So after school, I didn't get in as much because I was at cheerleading practice or I was dancing. Came a point where I realized I like to dance. I put myself in dance school. Didn't wait for my mom and dad because they couldn't afford to send me to dance school. So I used my little pre-college stipend, opened up the phone book, called some places and said, hey, what y'all got? Can I come dance? Well, they said, we're doing a tryout for a scholarship. I did the tryout, took the bus down there. Yeah, we had public buses. I didn't have to wait for nobody. You just get on the bus in Newark. Walked in there. Was with the 7-year-olds. I think I was about 14 by now. Did my thing. Started there. I wanted it. I wanted it bad. It was the one thing I could think of that I could actually do and feel confident about without having to be fighting all the time or being in a whole bunch of mess. So that was my first step to trying to not be out on the block with my friends fighting. Let me try to do something different. So I started picking up a lot of activities, got real busy. Y'all know me, I still got that issue today. But in that place and space, I continued with art as well. I did really well in middle school, even though the conditions were the way they were. I had a cousin who was really good in school and she made me do my homework. She made me do my homework to the point where I was just like, really? You can't give me a snack before we started doing this? We don't go outside. You mean we don't come in the house, sit down and do homework? That was the best thing that happened to me. I got into doing my work to where I felt a little bit competitive. So I started doing my thing. Ended up being salutatorian in middle school. That gave me a chance to get into Arts High in Newark, New Jersey, to be an artist. Found out the last minute by a friend, hey, they got tryouts, you should go down there. Well, what I need? You need a portfolio. Pulled my first all-nighter in middle school to get in. At that time, I lived in Irvington. got to the school and they said, you need to live in Newark. I said, oh, I've been living in Newark all this time. What you mean? My father pulled out the report card and they said, okay, you can use your grandmother's address. So I made it into Arts High, which was more, it catered more to my gifts and kept me out of trouble. I made it down here to HU through a program where I was I was a Zeno. I was a stepmaster for the Zenos. And they brought me down on the college tour for $10. $10. Guys, people were feeding into my life. People were feeding into my life. $10. I made it out of there. I got down here, I saw HU, I said, oh, that water is pretty. I don't never get to see no water. I applied, I got in, and I left. I made it down here to HU, and I didn't fit in. Very first girl I met said, I like to dance. I said, oh, you do? I do too. Come in my room, let me show you my routine. Oh, I booty popped so hard on that girl. I was like, oh, I showed her how I knew how to pop lock. I didn't know she was talking about ballet. She never talked to me again. In that time, I realized that I was learning and meeting new people, but I also started to feel unaccepted for who I was. And in that time, I realized that, why didn't I think about like, I just was trained for 4 years. I was just in a nutcracker. But my environment, I wanted to show, how to get low, And it got to a point where I was going through transitions at HU where they started to tell me different things. Like, hey, you need to have this business suit on. Hey, you need to say things this way. Arlene, I know Arlene is here, Toya is here. They went to college with me. You remember that presentation where I was like, you know what I mean? Through the whole presentation, I was chosen to present because of the quality of my work and the gifts that I had, but I did not know how to present myself. I say all of this to say that it don't matter who you are, where you're from. When God wants to do a good work in you, He is going to keep working that thing on you. And when I say working it, each step I learned something. Yeah, it was scary. Yeah, I doubted myself. Yeah, I felt all kinds of ways. I went through a depression right when I was hired at NASA as an architectural intern. Why? I was confused about my identity by then. What is this ghetto girl from North doing at NASA? Why? Why is she doing that? Going through that depression was one of the transitions that almost took my life. It almost took my life because I felt split into two people. The one that was still sad about all the things that I was doing before and all of the things that I was trying to become. It's almost like I wanted to get there quicker, but I felt like I was holding myself back. And that point is when I realized that I needed to get into the Word. I remember Psalm 71 was the very verse that helped me breathe one night when I could not breathe, and I knew I was going to leave the room and drive off the bridge. I cried. I couldn't breathe. I remember Dylan at the time, my husband. I said, please read this. I can't breathe. Only the Word helped me breathe. He read it, and it was a cry out. It was a cry out saying, Lord, don't leave me. Be there with me in every step of the way. There comes a time where you have to trust His promises for your life. It's important. He's trying to do a good work in you, and every day we sit here worried about all the things we know. What about all the supernatural unknowns? What about all the things that you can never see? Do you think that I could see myself up here right now not saying, you know what I mean? No. To be honest with you, I never see myself speaking. There's a lot of things I didn't see myself doing. Becoming Teaspoon and Company, or all of these people in my life who've been there, all of the people that I've met, I didn't see any of it coming, and you won't. That day when I was in the bed, I just thought that I was just trash. This is the end. I'm never going to get it right. I don't deserve to work at NASA because I don't know what I'm really doing. I was the best intern they ever had. I doubted myself. See, we always talk about what the enemy is doing when we talk about physical things, but the enemy works in our mind. What's for you is already set. You know, it's the things that we think before we get there. So when you're in a position where, say for today, this is how it works. I can even say, I'm here to speak to you and I have a word for you. I could be confident in what God's going to put in my heart to share with you, or I could let the enemy say, your story don't mean nothing. You got bronchitis. What you doing up there speaking? Don't nobody care what you got to say. You know you need to be home in the bed anyway. All of those things are not truth, but they come to us very easily. You got to be careful what you're putting in your mind. Which leads me to the topic. I don't know how many minutes I got left. Soul provocation. Say it with me. Soul provocation.
Soul provocation.
A little louder.
Soul provocation.
With your soul.
Soul provocation.
All right. This is very important for you to understand, and this is not a new concept. This is not a new concept. Soul provocation is when you actually do things because it's running so deep down in your soul, but you don't know why you just did that. You have to do something in your life and like, why did I do that? That's not even me. I thought I never would. But we don't realize that we see things every day. We're hurt by things every day. We have things in front of us that are being downloaded into us. Guys, we got to take control of what we're doing with our time. We got to take control of what we're putting in our spirit. I made a small diagram. You won't be able to see it, but you'll be able to understand what I'm saying. So you have your surroundings, right? And then imagine internalizing them times 50, all right? So you're in a surrounding. If I'm internalizing my neighborhood that I was in, and every day what I got to deal with, that's going down into my soul. And then when there's a trigger, there's an output, meaning when I needed to go outside, I was ready to fight, right? Is that something I wanted to download into my soul? Not really, right? That was kind of one of those things where it's just there. You're just dealing with it. Well, we're dealing with some of that kind of more so 80, 90%. And we're downloading what we want to download, a smaller percentage. And it needs to change, okay? It needs to change for you to really get to where you gotta go. So in the past 2 months, I went on a journey where I said, I'm gonna get down into the scripture. I'm gonna take my time, and I started with First Philippians. I started to go deeper, and I felt like God was giving me words. The first word He gave me was steadfast. Steadfast. I said, what is that? Why did I get to? I'm chilling at work, chilling. Why is this word on my mind? So I look it up, and it means to be steady. To keep going, no matter what, without any pull, without no one, being unshakable, not movable. So I said, well, God, if you put this on my heart, you're trying to strengthen me in some kind of way, right? I went to the next word. I said, okay, love is patient. How have I been patient with myself? I found out patience had more to do with the first word, steadfast, right?
Yeah.
I always thought patience had to do with time, y'all. Time. I equated patience to time. No, it's just that when I'm being impatient, I'm worried about time. I'm taking this time and saying, I can't wait on this line. I gotta go. I'm antsy because I'm thinking about the time, not realizing that when you have patience, you're able to be strong, steadfast, and not worried about what's going to happen because you trust and have faith. So I found it interesting that that was my next word. I went from word to word to word, and it became this beautiful thing that started to bring a sense of peace into my life. And I realized that I actually started to take the time to change what was in my soul. It wasn't the habit of the everyday, but it was taking the time to actually download things that actually made me stronger in the midst of everything going on. It made me better. Better in each thing that I do. Then the Lord gave me more time when I got bronchitis. And I had more time to do that. Then the phone broke. The cell phone broke. I don't have a cell phone, guys. I haven't had it all week. And I had more time. God is calling for your time. He's calling for your time. He wants to talk to you. This is the reason why we're here now. He wants you to know that he wants to do that good thing in you. Oh, he wants to work you to completion. You know, I mean, I have it right here. I am convinced and sure of this very thing, that he who began a good work in you will continue until the day of Jesus Christ, right up to the time of his return, developing that good work and perfecting and bringing it to full completion in you. Okay? So, you know, if I'm looking at words, you know I looked up perfecting, right? Conforming absolutely to the description or definition of an ideal type. If you're not where you are going already, it's okay, because he is working it. He will get you there. He's taking the time. We worried about getting there tomorrow. So, when we speak about getting there tomorrow, yeah, we think about things we want to do. We wonder, why am I still doing this? He's working on you. But are you there for that friend who's getting worked on? Are you understanding where they at right now and what God's trying to do? There's a lot of times where we judge each other and what we're going through. Send your sister to God. Send your sister to God. That's who got to say so on what's going to be next for them. You don't know what their road is. You don't know what their testimony is going to be. You don't know what experiences that's going to be their mistakes that turn that thing around. Right, Melvin? Y'all counting the mistakes and not counting what God is really trying to do. Really push your sister towards God, please. As he goes into saying, bringing you to full completion, that point of being complete is when God says so. You should look at yourself every day knowing that you're not going to be what you were yesterday if you roll over the moon. So, if you, girl, you changed. Thank you. Thank you.
Exactly.
That is a wonderful thing. We got to change the perspective. Because a lot of times we do stuff out of habit. We say quotes out of habit. We say things that we're just used to hearing all the time. I remember, girl, you think you cute. Is that why I could be a tomboy sometimes? Because I'm afraid to be beautiful? That shouldn't be. I should want to feel like a queen every day because I'm a part of the kingdom. Why not? Why should I be less than? Why should you be less than? I see all y'all out here. Y'all are beautiful people. Y'all are beautiful people. Yeah, everybody got something with them. Let God work on that. Give it to him. Give it to him. Don't give up. That's the one thing that I want you to understand. If you're in a place where you are down trying to figure out where you're going, that's who you call. I mean, Don't you look at the manufacturer's instructions when you buy something new to get to know how to work it to its full? So my creator is God. Because my creator is God, that's who I'm going to look to know how to work it my full. I'm going to go chapter by chapter, moment by moment, and I'm going to put it together until completion. So with that being the case, I just ask you to take some time, guys. Like, don't even be shy about it. Take a moment. You know, don't be afraid to get help and assistance from leaders and people who are there for you in your life. Don't be afraid to push your sister towards it, even when you don't know all the answers. Sometimes we don't know the answers for each other. I mean, we in that situation all the time. We don't got the answers for each other. We go through stuff. We just, hey, we're going to have to pray on that. We're going to have to give that to God. Okay? We want to be at a point where we actually learn what our convictions are. Sometimes we get to the point of so far left that we don't even know what we're convicted about. But there's conviction that works within us that helps us stand strong to actually get to a place where we show the young ladies coming after us what queens they are. We show them exactly where they should be standing and how they should be bold and how they should be beautiful and what they should and should not stand for. And that they don't have to depend on anybody else to tell them and show them their value or worth. It's very important to feed yourself first so you can feed others. You know, for one, just standing up here, I just want to thank mostly all of you, because there's many of you that play a big part in my life and me growing in many ways. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful in the journey of how y'all all have affected me. But don't forget, soul provocation. We got stuff that we can't control around us, and hurt and past and people doing things to us all the time. Don't forget to take the time to download God into your soul every day to break that up. Thank you.